Shalom, brothers and sisters. Shalom. So, they keep talking about more sanctions on Iran. Huh? Put some more pressure, some more sanctions on Iran. These sanctions that we keep on imposing against Iran don't do much good, does it? The American government seems to think and believe, they're of the mindset that if we put more sanctions on them, that will cripple their economy. Because if we impose more sanctions upon the country of Iran, well, then they won't be able to get the supplies and the equipment necessary to run their factories and whatnot. And they will have to close down the factory because they cannot operate and run the facility. And then they will have high unemployment rates and whatnot. That is the American mindset. Okay. Now the country of Iran doesn't run their country and doesn't do things the same way that the American government does. It's totally different mindsets over here in Iran. The Iranian government does things differently, totally differently from what the United States believes they do. The Iranian government does not run their country the way that America does. The Iranian people are old school. You know, here in America we have machines in our factories that run on electricity. You know, you plug the machine into the wall and the machine operates throughout your workday. It runs by electricity, right? Yeah. Well, over here in Iran, the Iranian people go to work up at the factory. A lot of their machines don't even run on electricity. Their machines are much more manually operated. They're not automatic machines that run on electricity. A lot of their machines in their warehouses and factories, you have to crank the handle. It's manually operated. Not electronically and automatically operated. The Iranian machines, you don't just push the left arrow or the right arrow and the machine maneuvers right or left. No, you have instead the Iranian people at work in the factory have to crank that handle left or crank that handle right to get the machine to maneuver left or right, one direction to the other. The Iranian people are old school. They operate in their factories much differently from the way that they do here in America. Their workforce is run much differently than the way it is here in America. So put more sanctions on Iran. It helps them come out of her even more and more. They do it manually. They do manual labor in Iran for the most part. Putting sanctions on a country like Iran not gonna ever do much of any good whatsoever at all. Shalom. Shalom.